So, this is number 30 of the Melodious double stops, first volume, and this is the very last one of the whole book. And that is why it is quite tricky. I found it quite tricky to play because it's got a combination of different things. And when you combine different techniques, it makes everything much complicated. So it's not just double stops or chords, and it's not just up bow. So first we need to address the bow part. So we've got the chords, which we're going to work in a minute, but then we have the up bow staccato, or the flying staccato. There's two options to play this piece. You can play it which is the top version. If you do the bottom version, you got an extra up, and then you have the two chords going down, which is the way I performed it. And I think it's an easier way, but also it's a more interesting way, because we got this ta 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 ta, and then the two chords, which we need to be careful with. So, quickly bowing from off the string, letting the bow bounce as we move the bow, all with this slight circular motion. If we do it too fast or too slow, we need to be able to control it, and that's where we need the fingers and the wrist to be really ready. And then on top of that we have string crossing. That's the first one. Second one. So try this a few times until you get it right. Then the chords are always going to be 3 strings, or sometimes even 4. We want to have again circular motion and use the fingers to help with that transition between the strings. Okay? With all that, we obviously need to use the fingers as well. So, beginning is not that difficult. Now from here it's already tricky. So, those fifths are quite tricky. And then it's again the same. It's quite tricky when it changes. The first section is not that difficult. Once you get it right, that's good. When you get to the second line of the second page, and then again fifth, again fifth, always a fifth involved. So that means that the finger needs to be on both strings equally, on both strings. So the best way to do a fifth in tune is finding exactly how to move the finger. Imagine there's a string between the two strings where you put the finger down, and then the side of the strings is going to be touching either each string. So first you need to find the fifth and then the other note. Yes, those are really tricky. Spend some time really listening for the intonation of those notes. The bit that I find most difficult is the last section before it goes back to the beginning. So that would be the last 4 lines. That's a tricky one already. But this one, it's got the Already, that's tricky enough. And then you have to put the fourth finger on the A string. There is no easy way to get this one on time. It's quite a tricky one to prepare. And the shape of the hand is really, really strange. So just go slowly. Once you got this, without moving anything, put the fourth finger down. And then and again. Harmonic. And then back to the beginning. Okay? So, it says step number one, step number two, getting the fingers, just get the fingers and the notes ready, and then really work on each chord separately. Finding the fifth. And each one needs to be really in tune. So, patience, and you will be able to do it.